Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to do a quick video talking about Scary Movie. And this isn't obviously the comedy that came out in the early 2000s with the Wayans brothers. This is a totally different film. This is a movie from 1991 that stars, what's his name? John Hawkes. That has a little cartoon of him on the front. You may recognize him on the back. He is what did they say he was? A Academy Award nominee. So this is one of John Hawkes' first films. If you don't know the company AGFA, or American Genre Film Archive, what they do is they preserve and restore old movies in I think it's almost sort of museum-esque type of thing. And then they also, in the past few years, have been releasing them on Blu-Ray. So they restore them and do the best they can and then put them out. The other one I own is Wicked World, which was by AGFA and Bleeding Skull and is a Barry J. Gillis film. They normally go for movies that are underground, B movies, things that are very clandestine in nature that you probably haven't seen, that maybe just were in a small area of a town somewhere and then lost and now have been found, things of that nature. So Scary Movie is John Hawkes, his character. He goes to a carnival with his friends, and they're waiting online to go to the haunted house. Meanwhile, he has been having nightmares about this Grim Reaper type character in a costume coming after him previous to getting to the carnival. So he gets to the carnival, and his friends are like teasing him. He has these kind of friends, but some of them are like semi-bullies. They're picking on him and scaring him and whatever. And while he's there, he kind of chats up a girl who's there. It's all very low budget, but has this kind of small town homey feel to it, if that makes sense. He eventually gets into the carnival, and in the meanwhile, they show you other aspects of other people there in the carnival. They show some of the police officers. They show that there's a mental patient that has, I think the car had gotten to an accident, and the mental patient escaped the little, ambulance type van that he was in, and that ties into the carnival now. So he goes into the haunted house, and he starts seeing things. He perceives people and ghosts and certain things attacking him. It's schlocky, very B movie esque and silly in a way, but actually pretty good in terms of some of the special effects. So I was surprised on that. He almost has this feeling of things closing in on him in a sense, where you can't really tell what's real to him, or if he's just kind of having these nightmares or illusions in the haunted house. But again, keep in perspective, it's it's a B movie, so not everything is like over the top and crazy. There's like just little things happening. That's the gist of the story. It was a little slow at points, but it was pretty cool. I watched it with my wife. I don't really think it was her speed, but I definitely enjoyed it. And it was one of those movies that I feel like if I rewatched it, I would probably get even more out of it, because I think there were certain points that were slower that I may have not paid full attention to like I should have. I thought he did very well in it, and I could see, he was still growing as an actor, but he was very good in the movie. As I said, I like that it has this kind of small town ambiance, excuse me. Everything feels like, everyone knows each other, and it's this little town with like not much going on. I think if I remember correctly, it says here it was inspired by The Evil Dead. I forgot to mention this. It takes place on Halloween night. And it says here Hawks is channeling a mix of Buster Keaton and Crispin Glover. I think that's a pretty good, relation. Crispin Glover is not a bad reference for this. It is a 2K preservation from the original 16 millimeter camera negative. Commentary with director Daniel Erickson and Joseph Ziemba of AGFA. Mr. Pumpkin and Little Hero short films by Daniel Erickson in the original theatrical trailer, and more. It's 82 minutes. It is region A, B, and C, so it's region free. Um, from what I remember reading about this, the movie was, I believe, released. I want to say it was in a small area of, I want to say Texas, and it never left that little region. So nobody really knew about this, and that's really cool. So part of the cool thing about AGFA is they get these cool B movies that you've never heard of that most likely haven't been anywhere, and they release them to the public. Um, and most of the time, they're pretty cool too. They're intriguing. It's not like they're taking trash and releasing it and going, "Oh well, here's some garbage we found." Obviously, it's like letterboxed because it's an old 16 millimeter, so there was no widescreen back then on the way they filmed it. So there are the black bars on the side, but the quality looks pretty good for something that they're restored of something of that age. So check out Scary Movie if you haven't seen it, if any of that sounds interesting. I'm going to go over in the future a few more of the AGFA releases because I had done Wicked World, and I have another one here that I got, another one coming in the mail. So I do want to talk about them more often because I really enjoy that homegrown feeling that they put out with their movies. So if you've seen this, let me know what you think, and if you haven't seen it and you watch it, let me know what you think. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.